Hey everybody, GC13 here. Season 2 of The Owl House ended with a weapons grade to be concluded. But while we wait for Season 3 to finish the series off, there's still a lot to process. Things happened pretty quickly in the second half of Season 2, and I want to give some attention to topics that deserve it. With everything that was revealed, all of the things we learned, there's still one thing that sticks out as having been recognized as a huge moment, but was quickly overshadowed by later events. Well, you probably know that the star of this video is Steve. Our main man started off as a joke character in Season 1, with just one small appearance in a single episode, but quickly became a legend. That legend followed him into the second season, and even earned him a story arc. So, this is the video where we pause and reflect on the story of Steve, the greatest scout the Emperor's Coven has ever known. You two heard what I said. Growing up, Steve dreamed of joining the Emperor's Coven. A common dream, I'm sure. Man, do those guys have nice posters. Belos's hand-picked elite, they're called the best of the best. It's not just the respect of society the Emperor's Coven promises, though. Belos has everyone convinced that he's a really good guy, looking out for the best interests of everyone on the Isles. Whatever he's paying his PR team, he needs to pay them more. By serving him directly in the Emperor's Coven, people think they're going to do some good in the world. Well, Steve followed his dream. He made it into the Emperor's Coven, and he survived their brutal training. The first we saw of him was in the 11th episode of Season 1, Sense and Insensitivity. A pale shadow of the man he was to become, Steve hadn't even earned his own voice actor yet. He was probably still pretty new to the Coven at this point, too. At the very least, he hadn't seen anything that would give him doubts. He loudly and enthusiastically hails the Emperor, but most importantly, wins the fandom over with his positivity. You earned those shoulder pats, Steve. It was Season 2 where things started to change. Steve wasn't just meme bait, he had a character. Plans were even being set down for a side story we'll unfortunately never see, since Season 3 was cut short. If you didn't already know, our first mention of Steve in Season 2 was in the 5th episode, Through the Looking Glass Ruins. He's not mentioned by name, but it's been confirmed that he was the one Bartholomew got the map to the graveyard from. We don't know whether he gave the map to Matt, or whether Matt stole it, but we do know that Matt earned some serious noogies for his trouble. Ah, brotherly bonding. We also know that Steve was one of the Coven scouts at Eclipse Lake when everyone was racing for Titan's blood, but he never appears on camera. In fact, all we get is this absolute gem of a line from Kikimora.
Hey, Steve! Jump over that chasm before I throw you in it!
Classic. Steve was one of the few guests to attend a party to celebrate Lilith's new job as an assistant director at the museum, and it's nice to see that he still hadn't lost that fire that made the fandom fall in love with him.
Yeah! All hail Lulu!
Now remember, when Steve said that, Lilith had already been up for a public petrification. Sure, Belos had pardoned her, but you saw how the public reacted to the crew after that. Steve is definitely becoming his own man here, and we see that this development bears fruit in the very next episode. When Hunter elects to forcibly recruit some Hexside students into the Emperor's Coven, Steve obeys orders and helps him. It's enough to make him seriously regret his choice to join the Emperor's Coven, though, and it's certainly the event that drove him to seek therapy. His crisis of conscience, plus the help of his therapist, left him on the precipice of leaving the Emperor's Coven, and not even to join Severine in the Tiny Cat Coven. That meant that when King needed him, Steve was there to offer some advice, and perhaps a bit of projection to let us know his own state of mind.
Maybe the Titan doesn't even know what he wants. Maybe he's just some normal guy, you know?
But even if Steve was still figuring himself out, he knew that people could change, and what they wanted could change. Just as his words moved King, King's words moved him. He didn't want to be seen as a monster either. We may not have got the face reveal I had been hoping for, but the one we got was as good a symbol of his final departure from the Coven as you can get. Steve would go on to join Covens Against the Throne, to do a bit of good in the world, and while he didn't play a big part in their plan to stop Belos from exterminating everyone with a Coven mark on the Day of Unity, he was right there with them. With an asterisk. His mole was in a very different position when he was on that airship than it was when he was hanging out with King, but unless something is revealed in Season 3, we can assume it was just a goof. Whatever the future holds for Steve, though, he's already lived quite a life. Growing up idolizing the Emperor and wanting to join his coven, he found out that being a scout just wasn't what he thought it was. So he left. He's his own man now, and I hope we can all agree on one thing. All hail Steve. What do you guys think? Is Steve's story over? Or will he feature in Season 3? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.